So day 2 at Disneyland Paris for us. We are at the Dream Castle Hotel. It is amazing, just outside Disneyland Paris. Pre-breakfast included in the booking cost. There's loads of fun to be had at this hotel as well. There's a beautiful bar and it looks stunning at night time. Lots of play areas, indoor and outdoor play areas, which is great. And these mirrors everywhere that you can see on the walls. They're like fun mirrors for the children, and they are really fun and they do entertain the children a lot. I've never seen that in a hotel before. They're like dotted everywhere, so you have to find them, which is really nice. And just, it's a very magical place actually to stay. Really felt very magical, a lot more magical than the Disney hotels to me. I've never stayed in the Disneyland hotel, which is obviously very magical and very expensive, but this was a top in it. It was a really good hotel to stay at, and especially that free breakfast when you've got children and you're looking at a park day at Disneyland Paris. It's really nice to know that you're all leaving fed and there's free shuttles into the park. So for the money we paid, I think it was less than €100 a night. Sorry, we got a really good deal. And we love this book as well at the front of the hotel. It's like really fun and imaginative, and can get some really great pictures of you and the children there. So I thought that was really nice. Lovely wall there. Lovely wall. I don't know if you can hear my daughter laughing in the background, but she is absolutely having fits of hysterics with her father, which is quite funny and making me giggle. So yeah, there's Isla in the book, and we went down for breakfast and then we went off to the parks on the free shuttle, which was really good. And everywhere you look in this hotel, it's just artsy, you know, and artistic. And first up was the Disney Junior show, the Dream Factory show. And this is a great show. It's super interactive, but there is a lot of wheelchair spaces. I think I worked out you could get around 10 wheelchairs in here, maybe even 11 or 12, but you can definitely get a lot of wheelchairs in here. And I would just watch if you're a bit bigger on the pull down seats, maybe sit behind your child. And I don't mean to be rude, but a full grown man sort of broke the seat and fell on the floor, and they were all like rushing to him to his aid. And it's not funny, actually. I'm laughing, I'm giggling, but it's not funny at all. But this show is a must. It's real fun. We've filmed it before and it's on our YouTube. The footage is small for this day in the park, so we're kind of filming little exits for TikTok and for Facebook, and I kind of forgot the camera at home, so I wasn't going to vlog, so I'm just trying to piece this all together for you. But you've got like Fancy Nancy in there, you've got Vampirina, you've got Timon from the Lion Guard. It's just really fun. Who else have you got? Mickey and Minnie. It's just a really fun show, and it's really active and interactive. There's like bus flies that come down. You've got like bubbles, confetti, streamers, like nitrogen gas bubbles as well. And it really is a good party. Like you can really rock out to this. So I voiced over because I'll get a copyright, but look at the nitrogen bubbles. They all come down. You can pop them. They're super fun. And it just is a really great show. It's such a good show. Like, oh my gosh, we love this show. It really just makes Disneyland Paris, and it's got such a lovely story behind it. And I'm just showing you there at the top. There was actually a man that was doing sign language. So I don't know if you can request it or if it's a weekend thing, but we found a lot of the shows over the weekends especially have sign language or a sign interpreter. So I think that's fantastic. And the Lion King is absolutely crazy. It's so good. The lady that does the Lion King, the interpreter, oh, she is so fantastic. So if you are hard of hearing or, you know, like BSL, then you're away with that. So yeah, we really enjoyed this show. It was really accessible. We really loved it. And it is a not to be missed show actually. And also as well, in a rainy day, it's inside, so it's a good half an hour to an hour of your day gone. They're sort of inside by the time you've queued, sat down and got back out again. Next up, so this is the web slinger. So you've got to get your 3D glasses. We did drop them and I had to pick them up. But I don't think I've put it in the video. Did I drop them? Or Isla dropped them? Somebody dropped them. Anyway, so we had to pick them up. But there we go. I knew someone had dropped them. It was Isla. There we go. Super cool. So this is a 3D ride. It's quite noisy as well. So if you are in need of ear defenders, or your child is, I would definitely recommend your ear defenders for this ride, because it is super loud and crashy. And there's a pre-show which you can skip, and that's very noisy as well. So there is a little disabled waiting area if you're in a wheelchair and you're using, or like infirm or whatever, and you're using the disability vehicle. I'd say it's like a pod, should we say pod? And you have your own little queue there, and you just literally wait. And if there's no one in the pod, they just sort the pod out for you, and then you can get in your pod. I think there's 2 adults that can sit on one side. So I say adults because, you know, it's adult size. You might be able to get 1 adult, 2 children on that side with the wheelchair user. But we do it 2 adults, and Rowan sits on my husband's lap, because he's only 2. And then you can also have 4 people, I believe. I think it's 4 to 6 people on the other side of the ride. I'm not quite sure on that, but it's definitely 4 on the other side. So that's all in one pod. And here's the ride. It's not great viewing because it's in 3D and I can't film in 3D. Oh, well, this is the wheelchair vehicle that there was a fire or an emergency. They would use that vehicle to come and get your wheelchair out of the pod, which I think is fantastic. They thought of that. And also they've updated the ramp greatly from when this ride first opened. They've got like a proper electric ramp and everything now for you to get into the pod. It's really great. So yeah, that was pretty much our day. It was really wet, it was really rainy, and by the time we'd got into the park, we watched the show. We sort of went on Web Slinger. We were going to go for a meal at Pim Kitchen, but it was just torrential rain, as you might be able to see, and they were really behind, and the queue was really long. We waited about 45 minutes to 3 o'clock, and our table was actually 3:15. So we'd waited quite a long time, and it literally, not through the fault of Disneyland Paris, but it was just they were really running behind, and yeah, so it's just a bit of a nightmare. So we didn't eat there, which was a bit sad, but then we just went off and we got a quick service meal instead, which was fine, just burger and chips. Nothing to write home about, nothing bad about it. The burger was actually really quite nice. They did an amazing burger for the 30th, and we really enjoyed it. But obviously that's stopped now, so that's come off. So I think we had I want to say Black Widow burger, but I don't think it was a Black Widow burger. But they are still doing these mousses that they brought out in the 30th, and they're amazing. So we all shared one. And of course we had to bring home our Disney cups. I don't know if you're supposed to, but we did, as a little free souvenir. And my little toddler decided to love Yop. He first tried Yop in Disneyland Paris, and now he's obsessed with the Yop. Every time I go to a shop, he's like, "Mummy, are you getting me Yop?" And sometimes I say, "No, I'm not getting you Yop, Rowan." And he looks at me as if to say, "Well, I want the Yop." So that's our day, really. We have got a day 3, but that's us today. Been a very wet, rainy day. But we did enjoy it, and we did the most we could. Thanks for rolling with the